Hey everyone, thank y'all so much for tuning into this devotional. Today we're just going to jump right into it. It's John 15, which is one of my favorite chapters in John. Now in John 15:4, it says, "Abide in me and I abide in you. Just like a branch who abides in a vine, it does not produce fruit unless you abide in the vine." The same thing goes with Jesus. If we're abiding in him, we're going to be producing the same fruit as him. That's why it's so essential for us to abide in him. Now Jesus says abide 3 times in this scripture. Now, when someone says something once or twice, it might be important. So let's see what abide means. Abide means to make permanent residence. So God is calling us to make a permanent residence in him, to be with him at all times, to live our life out of him and flow in him. This is what we're called to do. It's not a command, but it's an invitation for us to jump in. It's not something that he's throwing himself on us, because God will never do that, but he's inviting us to abide in him. Now, why would we want to abide in him? To produce the fruit that God has for us. See, when we abide in him, we produce the fruits of love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. These are the fruits that he wants us to produce, not just for our lives, but those around us. This is what God has for us, and I encourage you today, jump in, dive in. And you may ask, well, how do I jump in? How do I abide in God? By spending time in his word, being soaked in his presence, knowing who your Father is, by knowing him day in and day out. So I encourage you today, go in, dive in deep, and abide in him. We love you. Have a great day.